In this lesson, lesson 3.6, we are going to continue dividing multi-digit numbers, but this time we're going to be dividing multi-digit numbers with decimals. And we're not going to leave our answer in remainder form, we're going to leave our answer in decimal form, and you'll see how this works in a little bit. So first, go ahead and turn to the Do Now, and let's read that together. So you have $27 and you need to split it up evenly between 4 people. How much money will each person get? You can make any trades you want between money. Example, you can get change for $1 if you think you need it. So see if you can figure out how much each person is going to get. So pause the video for a moment and come up with an estimate, and then check back and see how you did. Okay, this is what I was thinking. I know it's definitely more than 6 because 6 times 4 is 24. I know it's less than 7 because 4 times 7 is 28. But it's going to be kind of close to 7 because 27 is a little bit below 28. So I'm going to estimate 675. So see if you come up with something close to that. And we're going to see in a little bit how to figure this out exactly. But before we do that, I'm going to take a look at the homework answers. So I would pause the video for a second and check out these answers and see how you did and see if you can figure out any of the mistakes that you made. Alright, I hope those homework problems went well for you. If they didn't, you can talk to me after the video and we can see if we can figure out where you might have gone wrong. Alright, so let's come back to the problem in the Do Now. 27 divided by 4. So take a look at 2 strategies for doing this. In this first one, this is kind of what we've been doing the last couple of days. The second one is a little bit different. So, how are these the same? How are they different? Again, pause the video for a little bit and write some things down in your packet and come back and see if we have a similar list. Alright, here's what I came up, and you may have some different things that you saw here as well, but I think they're both using the same division algorithm for the most part that we've been using the last couple of days. Both have a 6 in the answer, but how are they different? One has the answer in remainder form, right? When you have that 3, this is how you write it as a mixed number. They take that remainder and put it over the divisor. And the other is in decimal form. So one question I'd like to ask you is 3/4 the same as 0.75? And I think you may know that that answer is correct. If not, you can put 3 divided by 4 in the calculator and you'll see that you will get 0.75. So what we're going to learn how to do is do this division so that we get a decimal answer, because when we're using money, we don't want the answer in a fraction form, we want the answer in decimal form so we can convert that to cents. Alright, so let's take a look at an example. Okay, so we're going to do this first one together. Similar problem as the Do Now. So we want to split $35 among 4 people. So let's come up with an estimate. Let's see, I know that 4 times 8 is 32. That's pretty close. 4 times 9 is 36. So 34 is right in the middle of 32 and 36. So I'm going to guess that my answer is around 850. And of course we're talking money here. So that's what my estimate is. So let's do the actual division to see how this will work. So I'm going to set this up. 4 divided by I'm sorry, the 34 divided by 4. But here's the catch. I'm going to add 2 zeros onto this number and put the decimal point there, so that I know I want my answer in decimals. So let's start using the algorithm. All right, does 4 fit into 3? It does not. Does it fit into 34? It does. And that's going to be 8 times will get us close. So I multiply the 8 times the 4, and I get 32. I subtract. Remember, we fit, we multiply, then we subtract. So 34 minus 32 is 2. And normally we would stop there, and that would be our remainder. Because we're using decimals, we want to keep going, and we want to bring down these zeros. So it's really not that different. Okay, well, can we fit 4 into 20? We can. We know that that's 5. So I'm going to multiply the 5 times the 4 to get 20. And I know that's 0. And I can bring down the 4th one, but that's 0 as well. So we know we have no remainder. So what is my answer? Well, that decimal point has to move up to where the answer is. So now I'm going to have a decimal point between the 8 and the 5. And I'm going to put a 0 here because when we're talking about money, we're going to have 2 decimal places, which represent cents. So my answer is $8.50, which is what my estimate was. So I did a pretty good job with that. Now, when I say prove it with multiplication, we are going to multiply 4 times 850 and see if we get the total amount we started with. And this is the same decimal multiplication we were doing earlier in the week. So 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20, so carry the 2, 4 times 8 is 32, plus 2 is 34. And there are 2 decimal places, so I have to have 2 decimal places. All right, so it checks. So each person is going to get $8.50. So once again, the key is putting these 2 decimal places in your number and then carrying out the division until you've moved through those 2 decimal places. You keep bringing those down as well. All right, so I'd like you to take a look at number 2 and see if you can apply the same process. So go ahead and pause the video and give this problem a try, and then come back and restart it and see how you did. All right, how did you do? I got $7.70. That is going to go for each person. And again, you can see the work that I did here in the division, adding the 00 after the decimal point, and then moving that decimal point up to my final solution. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions about that. So I want you to continue to practice. So here's 2 more problems. Once again, I'd like you to pause the video and do these 2 problems and see what you get, and then restart it, and you can see what the answers are and how you did. Okay, here's the answers to 3 and 4. Check out my work and see how you did, and see if you can figure out if you made a mistake, where that mistake occurred. Now check out number 7 and number 8, and notice that the amount we're splitting is already in a decimal form, so we don't have to add the 0.00. So I'm going to set up this first one, and then I'm going to let you go from there. So we're trying to split $2.34 by 3. So that's going to look like this. 2.34. Again, you got that decimal point there. You could already put the decimal point up there if you want. Now go ahead and do that division and see how you do. And then number 8's similar, so you can go ahead and do that one as well. So pause the video and finish up number 7. Go ahead and do number 8. Then check back and see how you did. Here are the answers to 7 and 8. Again, check how you did. If you got something different, check out my work and see if you can find your mistake if you made one. Alright, here's one final problem to see if you've got this. And so what I want you to do, of course, is pause the video and do this last problem and then come back and see how you did. Alright, check out this answer. I got 8650, and this problem you did have to add the 0.2 zeros so that we get our answer in decimal form. And again, my final answer is 8650. If you struggle to get this, please let me know. Alright, there are additional practice problems in this packet. If you finish those, the homework is on the last page. And again, if you have questions, let me know.